We've got our electrodes in place over the patient's hamstring and we're eliciting a muscle twitch. This would be again around the day 10 mark. What we basically want to do is increase the blood flow to the area and start to get the muscle firing following the injury. Again, we're looking at trying to minimise discomfort of the patient and minimise the risk of further injury. So the patient here will just be lying in a relaxed position with the unit, getting a nice muscle twitch to elicit a very gentle contraction early on in the rehab phase. For our next progression, I'm going to ask the patient to do an isometric contraction of the hamstrings. We've got our electrodes in place, and again we're superimposing the contraction elicited by the Chattanooga Wireless Pro into the patient's active contraction. I'm going to resist that contraction and I'm going to ask the patient to contract during the active phase of the treatment program and then relax during the relaxation phase. Depending on how the patient responds, I'll get them to do 10 reps. They'll get a nice gradual increase in the contraction intensity through the active phase. And then after those 10 reps, I'd ask them to have a break and pause the program. I've asked our patient to jump over onto his back and we're going to start to progress our exercise program into some more functional activity. Again, you've probably progressed through some isometric hamstring contractions and into a basic weighted curl. With a bridge, we find it's a bit more functional, and again, we get the patient working with the Compex or the Chattanooga Wireless Pro to superimpose that contraction through the active phase of the treatment cycle. I'm going to ask my patient to bridge up during the active phase of the cycle. Up he goes. You get a nice gradual contraction through that active phase. He's going to hold that for the duration of the cycle and then relax when the relaxation phase comes up. Again, I'd progress this to 10 reps for the set and get the patient have a minute rest after that set, looking to build up to about 3 sets of 10. A progression from this would obviously be into a single foot bridge. We'd incorporate this depending on the patient's response to treatment, how they're feeling symptom-wise, and obviously the stage of recovery that they are following the hamstring tear.